Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So, yesterday we have seen how one has to be steadfast with courage in the dharmic way, in the right manner, which leads to permanent, eternal success. And following the dharma, definitely moksha will be attained, as we have seen the Chaturvida Phala Purushartha in the previous class. Today, we'll see yet another state of mind where we are supposed to have the nigrahana or the control. The verse goes like this. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Sitoshna sukha dukkadaha Agamapayino nityaha Tam titikshasva bharata. It's very clearly explained. The important words here are titiksha, which we are supposed to understand. Titiksha means endurance. Without endurance, nothing is achieved. Kaunteya, it is said in this verse, O son of Kunti, Matra sparshastu, he says, contact of the senses with objects indeed. Now we are supposed to understand what is meant by the senses and objects. Understand, the senses are 10 in nature. 5 are the Jnanendriyas and 5 are the Karmendriyas. Karmendriyas are those with which we interact with the world outside, and Jnanendriyas are those with which we cognize the things inside. In the modern language, Jnanendriyas are the input devices and Karmendriyas are the output devices. What are the input devices? Eyes, as it is said that Sarvendriyanam Nayanam Pradhanam. Amongst all the organs, eye is the most important. Of course, all organs are important, but amongst them it is given 0.1% extra. So now, with eyes we cognize, we see the world. In the sense, you see, from the eyes we are getting to know something about the color and shape. Right? Similarly, with the ears we hear. Correct? With the nose we smell. With the tongue we taste. The tongue has dual activity here. The tongue is a Jnanendriya as well as Karmendriya. As a Jnanendriya, it senses the taste, and the 5th is the skin with which we feel. Correct? Now, what are the Karmendriyas? Karmendriyas are those with which we interact with the world outside. The first one is the tongue, where we talk, the speech happens. The second are the hands, with which we work. The third are the legs, with which we walk. The fourth is the genitals, with which the progeny and all these things takes place. And the 5th is the anus, with which the feces is being separated. So here he says we have to have control of the senses. So contact of the senses with the objects, that is whatever we see, whatever we hear, anything. It can be in the form of sense organs. Whatever is coming in contact with the sense organs, it produces heat or cold, pain or pleasure, like or dislike, love or hatred. Isn't it? Anything. These experiences come and go continuously right from the birth. till the death. These dual experiences keep on coming, and nobody is exempted from this. Even the Avatara Purushas, they had these dual things. But the difference between the Avatara Purusha and the normal mundane mortals like us is only one. We get carried away by the feelings. If we are happy, we are in ecstasy. If we are down, we are in depression. Correct? These experiences come and go, it's inevitable. And it is impermanent, we are supposed to remember. Today, if you are happy, next moment you may be sad. Now, if you are unhappy, tomorrow we may be happy. This is like a sine wave, it goes ups and down, it goes up and down, it's like a roller coaster. We can't avoid it. And here he says, endure them, O Arjuna. Endurance is very, very important. Producing of pleasure and pain, Sukha Dukkhadi is Ananta, is always there. But what is happening to us is not in our hands. This we have to remember very, very clearly. What is happening to us is not in our hands. But how we receive it is in our hands. Do we smile or do we frown? Is the question. In case something adverse happens also, we should have the ability to smile. Oh, nice. If something bad happens, we should have. If something happens also, we should say, oh, fine. The beginning and the end of the problems are the most challenging one. And after some time we get used to it. Just like the South Indian dosa, The moment we put the batter on the tawa, it makes a sizzling sound. After 2 seconds, 3 seconds, it becomes calm. Similarly, here also, the moment we get, the moment, just imagine you get what you want. You are so happy. After 2 days, after 3 days, after 4 days, after 10 days, the happiness is lost. Similarly, the pain, you lost somebody, you lost a relationship. Oh, 1 month, 2 months, and then you get into a new relationship. In some cases, of course, it is not possible. For example, a person loses one's parents. Yes, imagine in a matter of 15 days, a person loses both father and mother. The trauma is very great. But remember, that is not eternal. Time is a good healer, as the saying says. After a month, 2 months, the intensity comes in. After 1 year, yes, yearly once you remember, you do whatever we are supposed to do, the rites, the annual rites, yes, everything happens. But the pain what we had during the first month and the pain what we have during... Yes, pain will be there. The moment you think of it, yes, tears may roll down from our cheeks. But it comes down. Pain is a good healer. So understanding this is endure them, titiksa. And understand, titiksa is one of the greatest virtue of a sattvic nature. For a sattvic person, titiksa is the greatest virtue. They do not frown, they do not shout, they do not yell. If they are happy also they smile, if they are sad also they smile. Both the cases, they are equipoise. They are not carried away by the thoughts of happiness and sorrow, of heat and cold, of pain and pleasure, of success and failure. All these two, the dark and light. These opposites are always there. And they are never permanent. This we are supposed to understand. They are never permanent. Once this settles in that this is not permanent, it's so cool. In fact, I have seen one person having a tattoo on his wrist, even this passes away. So there, even this, when he is happy, he looks at that and is okay, this happiness is not permanent, okay, this will pass. The one day is down, suddenly he looks at this tattoo and he says, oh, that's fine. I'm not asking you to go for a tattoo. I'm against tattoos, right? The most you should have the tattoo in your mind. You should engrave these thoughts in the mind. Worst to have something nowadays. You can have a ring. This passes away, or this is not permanent. Have that ring. Whenever on either the case, just look at that ring, or have a bracelet. Now it is, what do you call, the days of platinum. Yes. Have platinum engraved and have this, no problem. But the most important thing is it has to get into the head. It should beat the skull and get inside the brain, as we see. So with this, we conclude today's 214. And remember to have endurance, understand the Sukha Dukkha Alayaha are permanent and are alternative always. Right? They are alternating, and the permanent sense they live with us all through till we breathe last. But only one thing is not permanent. Only happiness, only sorrow is not permanent. It goes ups and down, up and down. Have that. Have an endured mind, calm mind. For both, keep smiling. With this, we conclude today's session. Thanks for being with me. Kindly like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. In case of any doubts, get back to the organizers. Thank you. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Always, we conclude with Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Yes, Krishna is not in the form of person, it is that Supreme Personality.